Welcome to Inside the Booth. I'm your host, Dan the Law, and we have with us Ryan from Legion Talks. What's up, Ryan?
What is going on, man? It's good to be here.
Yeah, good to be here.
YouTube is
Good to
slow
have you.
with the send out here.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't get a notification. YouTube, do better.
yeah. That's right. YouTube, do better. I forgot to put on some music. Let's put on some music now. I don't know if this is any good, but
I like it. Okay, here we go. All right. YouTube says we're finally live.
oh yeah, this is great.
Oh yeah.
We are
Morning,
live,
sweetie.
and it is Tuesday night. Tuesday Night Live, NCL. yeah. Tuesday Night Live, everybody. All right. So, anyways, we're going to be reviewing a wonderful comedy called Unfrosted. And if you're frosted, get unfrosted.
That's true.
That's right. Here's my thumbnail I made. Oh, how fun.
Mhm.
So Melissa McCarthy's in this. The last time I seen her was in that one movie. It was 2016. It was a movie that had this thing about ghosts, Ghostbusters, Ghost Smashers, I think it was, or Ghost Catchers.
I
Um,
think it was called Ghost Nobody Cares 2016. Wait,
that's
what?
it.
Wait, what
I
happened?
do, yeah, right. I do admit she was a little funnier in this one. This one
She
was the
was a
better
lot funnier in this one.
one. Yeah, that's for sure. So everyone who's watching, there'll be some spoilers ahead.
Hola, spoilers.
If you haven't seen this movie, go ahead and pause this video. If you're watching this after the live, pause the video, watch the movie, and then come back and tell us what you think about this video or this movie video. Yeah, tell us what you think about this video too.
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
you guys did horrible at reviewing a movie.
Oh, not really. We're just we're a little late and kind of slightly off kilter.
That's it.
If it was my stream, it would be a very different word about being late and something else.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, hey, guess what? I am gonna be a judge soon. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Look at this kind of judge.
Oh, you had me. I would have preferred it the other way for this. Come on, man. You're killing me, Smalls.
And yeah. Anyways, my good friend Ron made that for me. So, from CG Artists, Ron, the guy who has the cool looking um, Star Wars Imperial thing in
Yes.
the background. Yeah.
Yes. We
He made that for me.
yeah, we actually talked to him. Well, I mean, we were all live last time that I was
Yeah.
on, so
Yeah.
dude's got a crazy room. Crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. So do you like Pop Tarts, Ryan?
I I
Trap?
do like
Do you like Trap
pop.
Pops?
Nope, not really. I like the
Trap
Pop
Pops.
Tarts. Trap Pops is stupid. Uh, yes, I liked Pop Tarts as a kid. 1000%. I
Yeah, of
mean,
course.
just so there's a lot of just there's a lot of sugar. Absolutely. There's a lot of what's the best way to put this? There's a lot of a um over amping things, kind of like
Right,
telling story wise.
right.
But
Over
it
saturation.
is fun. Yeah,
It is. It is.
it's fun.
It is a fun movie. You're absolutely right. Right, and it's not based on a true story or anything. This was all just made for
Wait,
fun.
it's not?
So no, it's
Oh,
not.
damn it.
Oh, oh, that's okay. You're fine.
I thought that what's her name that did the thing with Mar-a-Lago, and she actually, and they said it in the headline like going, that's actually true. She like founded Mar-a-Lago.
Right.
Man,
Isn't that funny? It doesn't even say based on true events either. So obviously this whole movie is made up. But you know what? They did a good job making it up. And
Jerry Seinfeld, you bad man. I
yeah.
was I was
So
watching this whole thing.
when was the last time Jerry Seinfeld was even relevant in anything these days?
Recently, just
Not
recently.
recent. I mean, recent or in the past. You know, I remember the Bee movie. That was
Yeah, I
okay.
do too.
That was okay. That was an all right.
That's the last thing I remember is the B movie.
And then you know, Seinfeld, the show. That was basically it. That was his his name to fame, I guess, or something. But he dropped off of the planet after that. I don't know what happened, but you know, maybe it's a good thing. You know, maybe he had a family or something. I don't know.
Oh, he definitely has a family. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. I don't know much about him. You know, because like I said, he's really not in the limelight. So yeah. Anyways, let's talk about the plot of this wonderful, wonderful movie. Um, so the plot is where Jerry Seinfeld he's not the boss of Kellogg's, but he is like a CEO or something like that. He's like one of the main guys that.
He's kind of an executive vice president, secondary to not just the founder of Kellogg, but his kid,
Right.
played by Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
So a lot of comedians in this. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, like
Yeah.
a lot of comedians, which I love comedy. So yeah,
The
it was
yeah the best part. I'm just gonna say it now, even though I'll probably say it later too. But I think the best part of this whole movie was the Bill Burr spot where he plays President JFK.
that was probably my favorite. Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
a huge fan of Bill Burr.
Yeah, exactly.
He,
That was pretty good.
he did so good. Also at the same time, because he's like, all right, he's like, this is a comedy. He's like, oh, okay.
Right? Yeah.
It's in the outtakes.
Yeah. That's funny. So anyways, the plot goes Jerry Seinfeld's character, he decides that cereal, like he's the like you said, vice president or whatever for Kellogg's, and he makes cereal, and the cereal has to be the best cereal because it's breakfast and it's all about breakfast or something. And then they fight to see which breakfast without milk is the best. And he finds these little kids rummaging around garbage bins, and they're eating this. I don't
Jam.
know what it is, like a jam with something
They call
around it.
goo in the movie, but it's
Right,
basically like strawberry jam.
right, or jelly or something, right? And what it's like wrapped in something that they just
Mm-hmm.
put in the garbage or something. I don't know. It's weird. And then he eats it and he's like, whoa, and he gets like this epiphany that happens. Lightning strikes and he's like, oh, we got to make it better. We got to make something awesome. And
it still takes a whole entire movie for him to actually get it right.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
not like that Jerry Seinfeld's character, from the kids who eat the goo, who he sees from, the post company
Right.
again.
Right.
Lot of
Kellogg's fighting each other.
well, not even just that. You have Quaker and stuff like that all
Oh,
on it.
right, yeah. And it's funny how they market those those cereals. They have people dressed as them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, Mr.
they're
Quaker, and
mascots.
there's Mr. Yeah, the
They're
mascot.
mascots because again, in the 1960s, mascots were everything. So again, this is not far off the mark. It used to be that families would eat together, they would make food together.
Mm-hmm.
Things were not so speedily, and then of course, post World War II, things became a lot more convenient.
Right.
And this is kind of where you get this movie, which kind of emphasizes the fact that like going, oh, we need more sugar, we need more of this, we need more, it's like,
Right.
and there's
Yeah.
even one guy in the movie that he's like, imagine a world that is healthy and fit and they eat, and it's like going, and he basically, his idea is bashed down.
Yeah.
Well, not
And this is.
him, but the other guy.
Oh, I thought it was this one. Oh, anyways, you're right. And he was
No,
like,
he's all about it, but he's kind of like the fitness guru to the opposite side of the
right, and he was
it's
all
Amy
about.
Schumer's assistant.
Oh, you're talking about that guy.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay,
The
so
spoilers.
this right, and this guy was the guy who said, "Yeah, how imagine a thing without sugar but corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup,
high fructose corn syrup."
And
And
he was
he's like, and you can be like, look like this.
yeah, right. Exactly, and it's like, man, if that was the case, high fructose corn syrup would be awesome, but. No, it does the
Yeah, it's
opposite to your
worse.
body. It does the
It's worse.
opposite for your body, and then they buy all the sugar from the Mexicans or something like that.
Is that Colombians?
Yeah, it's so funny.
Well, apparently are even in today's world good with the powder of the nose or whatever. White
Yeah,
powder.
yeah,
It's
white powder.
meant to be a joke.
Yeah,
So the whole movie is a satire based on actual real world events in a sense. So when I first started watching it, I have to be honest, dude. Like like, oh yeah, let's review this. I was like, all right. I started watching this. I was like, what in the like, what am I watching? And then as
right.
I watched it, and I got like 25, 30 minutes into it, 40 minutes into it, I was like, all right, I see what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was fun.
It was a fun movie. You have this guy who played Tony the
Hugh
Tiger.
Grant.
Yeah,
They're great.
yeah. What a good spot
He
for him
plays
to be
such
in,
a strung out actor too.
Right. That's funny. Yeah. So, and then in the end, obviously, they make up the Tret Pop, and the announcer reads it backwards because of his silly putty that he was playing with.
Play
Pop Tarts. Yeah.
Real quick by no, what is his name? I
don't know. I guess I should pop that up here.
he's a comedian. Oh man, he's been on Friday Night Tights.
Oh really?
Yes, he has.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh man, what is his name? It's gonna bug the holy crap out of me. It's not. He does the faces. He does like the animated faces where he's like, oh Joe, Joe Biden, and he plays Ben Shapiro.
Okay, right. Not sure. I can't even tell who he was. Fred.
Hold on.
Fred Emerson.
No, hold on. I'm gonna Google it.
Go ahead and Google it.
I know his name too. It's right on the.
Anyways, as you're looking that up, this the plot was funny. It was, it was definitely executed kind of well. It wasn't like it's not one of those. This was like a lighthearted, fun movie to watch. It's not like like an epic movie. They definitely had parts of like the 90s in there, like they played some music that would have been used in the 90s comedy movies and stuff like that. So um so I'll give the plot a point, only because it was pretty fun. So that is what I'll do. Give it a point. Yeah.
Hold up real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
He doesn't seem to be credited on the other websites. Man, I almost had it.
Yeah. I don't
Like,
remember who it was. So
well, it's actually kind of a travesty too. The fact that if they're really going to be like this, I mean, he's Walter Cronkite. That's who he is.
okay. Yeah, the news guy. The news guy.
You know who Walter Cronkite is, right?
Um, I've heard of his name, but I don't know. Like, I don't think I know too much about it. Him. So.
Okay, so Walter Cronkite is one of the biggest biggest broadcasters in history,
Okay.
and that's not a shot at you, but they don't
No,
they don't list him. What the heck is their problem? I'll find it, dude. So, yeah, there it is. There it is. Kyle Dunnigan.
okay.
Kyle Dunnigan, and as Johnny Carson.
Okay.
So he is a comedian who is a master of impersonating people. And so there it was. Like the fact that he is literally under the cast credits, 2, 4, 6, 20. He's literally like 25 credits down. That's not cool. Sorry. Anyway, my bad.
No, that's okay. So for the plot, what would you give? Would you give it a point? No point? Half a point? What did you think?
I'm giving it half a point, dude, because when I started watching this, dude, I was like, what in the blue Fraggle Rock are we watching? It just didn't
right.
it didn't grab me in the first place. I had heard about the movie because, again, Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
I thought it was more of a autobiography. I didn't hate it. But I'm gonna give it a half point for the plot.
All right. Oh, by the way, everybody, it's a Netflix film.
It is?
Yeah. All right. So half a point. I gave it a point. Next would be. Oops. Where am I going? Acting. The acting of this movie. Yes. Speaking of acting, here's the actors: Jerry Seinfeld, Hugh Grant, Melissa McCarthy.
Yep.
Sarah Cooper, Jim
Gaffigan.
Gaffigan. Amy Schumer, Bill Burr, Mariah, Christian. Oh, by the way, I loved Christian Slater's part.
Yeah.
Now, Christian Slater is a guy who, he obviously got into the drugs at a young age, and he never really came back into theater much. He's been on a few shows and things like that, but he never really came back from that. Like Robert Downey Jr. and some of the other guys who did the drugs and then they left and then they came back and they became big. Christian Slater was one of the guys who was really good. I liked him as a kid, especially in the Robin Hood movie and a few other things. But when he left, it's like, man, whatever happened to the guy? But I'm glad he's like stepping in and making appearances in different movies now, because he was one of those he was one of those like tough guys, and some
he's been around a little bit. Yeah, he had some massive problems, but he's actually done decent, not great, but decent. If this would Fraggle Rock and load. But no, he had he had early success from 77 to 1990. Hey Phil. And 91 to 99, with a bigger box office success, but frankly, he just kind of fell off in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So he made a big big dollars, but just those problems, those darn problems with Hollywood.
Yeah. And kind of glad to see him get back into the saddle, playing some, even though it's a comedy, tough, he plays the tough guy in the comedies very well,
Yeah.
Plays
tough milkman.
The tough milkman. It's like, you see this? and then that little short dude, Peter Dinklage, yeah, he was in there too, and that was anyways, that part was hilarious too. They kidnap him into the milk farm, and then they're like, let him run down the aisle.
Yeah,
aisle.
Run him down the aisle. Yeah. He's a family man.
Yeah, he's a family man. That was hilarious. And he's like, no, do it anyway, So he has to run down this aisle of cow butts because. I don't know.
If anybody's worked on a farm or been around cows, that's
basically how they stand and eat. Yeah, that is the least worst. But that's how they eat and stuff, and their backs are too. Yeah, when you're.
That's true.
And usually that's when they hook them up to the little milk machines and stuff. So.
Yeah, usually so. You'll have a string on each side, right? A row on each side, and the cows will be eating, and that's when you hook them up to the machine that actually again milks them. Sounds weird, but that's how you milk them.
Phil goes, people eat Pop-Tarts Unfrosted. Not anymore.
We used to.
Yeah, we used to. But not anymore. So I'll show you, Phil. Back in the 60s when they first came up with it, they didn't do the frosting thing.
That's how a lot of them still look.
Yep, it is.
I loved in the movie too that he was like, with the FDA inspector, he's like going, blueberry. And he's like going, we just changed the color. It's blue. It's the same flavor.
It's the same flavor.
like, come on, Jerry. Like, what are you doing?
Maybe in some way he was kind of letting people know that Pop-Tarts nowadays are all the same. They taste the same. They just have different
maybe
colors, and they're all made out of the what is that well, I can't even think of it now. The beaver gland there by the butt. You know how they use they use it for the vanilla and raspberry and some other natural flavoring. That's what they call it.
Well,
beaver butt gland stuff.
I'm glad that I prefer the wild berry Pop-Tarts if I ever eat them.
That's the same stuff.
That's probably beaver butt and cow gland.
Exactly.
Well, like all natural flavoring.
Yeah,
all like going,
natural.
Like where'd you get it from? They're like going, beavers and cows and stuff. And it's like, what does that mean?
Yeah, we didn't really get it from the fruit, even though we could. You could get it from the fruit, actually.
Yeah, You think fruit is, and then again, this is a message from the movie. You think that fruit is going to sit long enough on the shelf for people to?
Right.
Well, it's like, nope, preservatives.
Yeah, maybe it's pectin. He goes, oh yeah, pectin.
I have a weird craving for Pop-Tarts, but at the same time, I don't want to eat them ever again.
Right?
Is that weird? It's weird.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, and then toward the end, he's like, "Well, what if we frosted them?" And they're like, "Ooh, I don't know." You know?
Yeah, I know.
More sugar.
What if we frosted them? He's like going, no. And then it's like going, yeah, okay. So again,
acting was decent. You know, it wasn't the best. It wasn't but it wasn't like they were all ad-libbing either. So it's like they at least had a formula that they were following, unlike that Ghostbusters movie in 2016.
So I thought the acting was actually a full point for the reason of that it was comedians being goofy, and you could tell because you saw the outtakes of comedians being comedians. Right. That's why I give it a point. Is the plot the most incredible thing I've ever heard? No, that's why I gave it a half a point. But the acting was more fun, and that's what made it fun. So that's why I want that direction.
Yeah, that's good. I also liked this part where they're showing off.
Yeah, I know, right?
Showing off the what it looked like. Bill Burr,
President Bill Burr, John F. Kennedy.
2-year-old drew this or something.
He's like, hold on, wait. He's like, that's all you got? He's like,
yeah.
It's like my kid could draw that better.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Dude, Bill Burr is one of my favorite comedians ever. He killed. Yeah. Especially because you see the outtakes again where he's like wait, so this is a comedy? It's supposed to be a little serious. He's like, all right.
The serious part, he does it good, and man, oh man, it's funny.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, by the way, I give it a point also. So, anyways, next is the cinematography. One of my favorite things. But before we get into it, let's do a short commercial break. For those of you who don't know much about us here at Inside the Booth.
That's about it, but no point. I'm sticking to it.
Sorry. Wrong one. That's it.
What is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising. Merchandising! Merchandising! Where the real money from the movie is made.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful. So if you like what we do here at Inside the Booth, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Vanquish the like button.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
That's right. And ding that bell so you get more notifications when we go live or when we post something. So, yeah. Also, we have a Patreon page. Become a member for just $1 a month, or you can become a member here at Inside the Booth on YouTube. Inside the Booth. Both is Inside the Booth, but YouTube you can become a member of also. Woo! So yeah. Anyways, another way to support the channel is by sharing and telling your friends about us. Like I say to everybody, sharing is caring. And, if you care about us, you'll share. So there you go. That's it for the commercial break. Now back to the show.
Cinematography.
So for cinematography, I thought it was good. But at the same time, you know, it wasn't like spectacular. It wasn't like ooh ah type of thing. The one part that I thought was really well done is that whole part where they're like having breakfast or lunch or whatever in the room, and they get the bowls of cereal and sit down and eat it while they're thinking about new things. And then all of a sudden you watch them just eating the cereal, the spoon, the mouth is really close up, and then they do different angles. So they did a really good job on that section. It actually reminded me of, if you have not seen our last movie review, we reviewed Rebel Moon 2. So that eating scene reminded me of the wheat slashing scene of Rebel Moon. So, yeah, there you go. Just put a little epic music with that eating of the... It would have been the exact same thing. Zack Snyder, you got somebody... You know, you got your work cut out for you. Somebody...
Well, it's somebody who watched Rebel Moon Part 2. I think this movie kicked the snot out of Zack Snyder on the cinematography. I'm the eater. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed Rebel Moon Part 1.
It was okay.
2 was like
2 wasn't bad.
It's almost kind of like this. It's non-existent. So the cinematography, again, it's a comedy movie. It was fine for what it was, until again, from what Dan, you just said, that moment when they're like going, all right, let's solve this over a bowl of cereal. And they all go, they're like, and they'll walk into the cafeteria, and it's like this, revolving thing, which would not have been something in the 1960s. And they're getting their cereal, and it's like they're pulling the lever, and the cereal's coming out, and it's it's whole event. It was really fun. I like that one. I give it a point.
Yeah, it's so random.
It's so random. That's why it's fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So with that, I'll give it a point. But if it wasn't for that, it would have only been probably a half a point.
I'd probably agree with that.
Yeah.
Also, a little bit of the furries. The furries are rioting, but we'll get there.
What were you gonna say about that? Was it the Tony the Tiger guy or what?
Yeah. The furries rioting. At first, I was like, going,
right, the picket. They were picketing.
What are we doing here?
All the mascots, all the mascots came up.
Because
and there was a bunch of mascots from other companies that came in to help.
I know, right?
Yeah, what are we doing?
It was so over the top that I was like I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh, hey, love it. I love it. We love it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it was one of those things too that it was a nod towards a certain thing.
Of course.
On 0107
right.
2020, and that's great.
Good. Yeah,
no, seriously, that's awesome. Love it.
Yay. Yeah, praying for your dad. Yep. Good. I'm glad he's in less pain. That is wonderful.
So again, it was kind of it was goofy. It was very goofy and over the top. Yeah. But ultimately it worked. So
it did. And the explosion scene was kind of funny too. I have to get into the explosion scene too. Yeah, that was good. Even though it was a random explosion, he's playing with the toaster.
Yep.
Something happened to his hose, I guess, and it hit the toaster heat, and it blew up. I don't know.
So Stan came from NASA.
Right.
you know,
He was the bike guy, right? He made the bikes or what? Oh no, Stan. You mean the chick? Yeah.
yeah, Stan came from NASA, and then of course, what's his name, Schwinn, the
It's okay,
founder of
love it.
Schwinn bicycles. He was in a spacesuit.
Mm-hmm.
His helmet wasn't down, by the way. So again, this is kind of like spoof territory. It's just comedic
Mm-hmm.
nonsense. He walks up and he makes the perfect Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Strawberry, crusted outside and stuff like that. He turns the heat up to like 8. They're like going, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
And all of a
little too
sudden
much.
he bites it and he's like going, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like the oxygen tank that was connected to his spacesuit that he didn't have the helmet down, it just went up.
Yeah. It
I
just
don't
blew
know.
up somehow. It just.
Yeah, it was
That's
so
funny.
absurd. It was
It
so
was.
absurd.
It was.
But it was funny.
It was. It was.
It's
pretty
also
hilarious.
the same guy that gosh darn it, what's his name? He plays very effeminate roles. Nope, none of them.
No, I know. I'm just showing the scene of
Oh,
what
okay.
they were watching. They were watching him put the Pop-Tart in and stuff.
So my favorite cameo that he's ever actually done was on Conan O'Brien with Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, where they go to they go to this place in Chicago where they actually, and it's like you serve burgers and stuff like that, and the Wieners, and they insult him, and then Jack Parsons. He's Jack Parsons. Anyway, long story short, Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, and I think it's Jack Parsons.
Right. Okay.
Nope, it's an American rocket engineer. Holy cow!
Okay.
Sorry, I'll find it.
Go ahead and find it. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that was that's cinematography. Yeah. We already gave our points.
That's off base.
So next will be music. Honestly, they had the fun 90s feel to some of the music and stuff, but it wasn't that, like, I don't know, it didn't really, like, capture. I mean, it did its job, but it didn't.
Jack McBrayer.
Okay. Yep. That's who it is. Nice. So, I don't know. I don't know what to give the music. I guess I'm not going to give it a point, only because it's, even though it worked for what they did with it, made the movie move along, it just wasn't memorable. I guess I'm looking for memorable, like, it wasn't memorable. So I'm looking for memorable. I can't even say the word.
Member bears.
Maybe member berries, but
Or
like
memorabilia?
Maybe that's the one I'm looking for. Memorabilia. Yeah. Something like that. Because I want to be able to remember things through the music, I guess. Like in some movies where you hear a song and you say, oh, and your brain goes to the movie of that song. Like it goes, like, let's say Shrek. You got Smash Mouth singing in the beginning, and every time that comes out now, you think about, oh, Shrek. I remember that in Shrek. So I guess that's what I'm looking for. Something that will make me remember something of this movie if I heard that song, but they didn't have anything like that in there to be memorable. So I guess I'm not going to give it a point. What do you think, Ryan?
I'm going to give it a point because do the twist. Gotta do that.
They did play that song, yes.
They did make the twist a thing. It was used kind of relentlessly a party at Kellogg, and then again, of course, Mr. Kellogg trying to seduce Mrs. Post. Both again, as we understand, didn't have actual families. They were just like, so basically, Jim Gaffigan as Mr. Kellogg and Amy Schumer, who I'm gonna say this for the record. I was slightly weirdly attracted to her as a serial empress. I don't know. Is weird. It's
Right.
fine.
Lois says just for
Maybe,
the
child.
for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so again, you gotta do the twist, so it's that was a massive song in the 60s, and they played it more than once.
Mhm.
The rest of the music, minus that, as comedic humor, was mediocre at best. So I'm left to bounce between the half a point or a full point. The reason I'm going to actually go with a full point and not a half a point is because the nostalgic whole do the twist
Do the twist.
was huge. It was huge with youngins at that time, and then of course the older generation kind of caught on with that. It's that close, so I'm gonna say a point.
Okay. All right. And then last but not least is our allegory. I honestly did not really see an allegory. I wasn't really looking, to be honest, either. I was just like watching the movie to shut my brain off,
Yeah.
to have a couple laughs. I guess the only allegory I could come up with was the kid in the beginning of the movie, when Seinfeld tells him, "Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how the Pop-Tart really came to be." And then at the end of it, the kid decides to go back home instead of running away because he's wanting to run away. So I guess the allegory would be that no matter how we feel, you don't always have to run away from your problems, even though that's not really what was being said for this movie, but that's how I got it. What I got from the little kid, but I don't know. In reality, I don't know.
So I kind of got something close.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, of course, don't run away from your problems.
Right, of course.
But family is the most important. Now, is that an allegory that they intended to put in the movie? Not even close. So I mean, if Dan permits, I'll give him a 0.25 of a point.
You could just give it a half a point, because I don't.
Come on, Dan. I just 0.25. I'm kidding. Yeah, no. So it's half.
All right, so then I'll do a 0.25, and it'll be half a point.
Oh, look, it's half a point.
Half a point altogether. Yeah, I was gonna say no point, and then you can give it a half a point, and then basically it's 0.25 for everybody.
All right, well, fair enough. Look.
So yeah,
it's rough. It's very rough.
It is for an allegory. This movie really isn't for allegory wise.
No.
Is it a movie that's full of slander and swear words and stuff like that?
No,
it's not. So you could watch it. You could watch it with your kids. This movie's not that bad of a movie to even watch with kids and stuff.
Yeah, they don't
it's
even
just-
really swear that much. Like when Amy Schumer's character actually swears, her assistant is like, "Whoa,"
Right?
like,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's the minimum. And then she's like, "Oh hell," and so it's like it's so minuscule
yeah.
that I do love the fact that it reflects the 1960s when things were more humble,
Wholesome.
more wholesome.
Yeah.
But it was, you know, I'll give Jerry Seinfeld, some big credit on this one.
Yeah. I
Was
think
it incredible? No, but
No, it
but
wasn't.
if I had to, gauge before the rating that we gave it, I'd probably say a good 6.5, 7.
Okay. Okay. Um. So yeah, like you said, I think this movie is kind of more on the mediocre side, almost like the B movie. You know, if you remember watching that one,
Yep.
that's Seinfeld as the B. So it's like, it's just it's decent, it's good, it's fun to watch, it's there. If you don't watch it, are you gonna miss anything? No. If you do watch it, are you gonna miss anything? No. It's not like you're gonna waste your time.
You might have a smidgen more fun though.
Right.
Smidgen.
A smidgen. Um, Anyways, let me tally this up.
All right, Dan. Tally it up.
All right, so it's a 7 out of 10.
All right. Well, that's
it's not
pretty
bad.
close to what we said before we tallied it.
Yeah, that's right. So we give here at Inside the Booth, we give. Hold on, let me pull it up. We give Unfrosted a 7 out of 10. So there you go.
I will say this though. I give Wildberry Pop Tarts, frosted, of course, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. That's right. You gotta have frosted. Look at these plain Pop Tarts. Gross.
Well, hold on now. Hold on. That's how it started.
That's true. It is how it started, and the jelly on the inside was a lot better than what they have now. So,
Yeah.
but
Also,
here's a picture of Seinfeld with a frosted Pop Tart.
Yeah, he did. Ew,
So
love
there
it.
you go.
Cherry? Really? Wow.
She likes cherry Pop Tarts. You like
That's
cherry?
gross.
Yeah, it was cherry for me.
I
The reason why I never really liked cherries, as a kid growing up, medicine was only made out of cherry.
yeah.
They didn't have like the bubblegum flavor, the cotton
Yeah,
candy
agreed, dude.
flavor, or any of those other flavors. So it was always cherry. So you're always taking medicine that tastes like cherry, and then after that, it's like everything with cherries in it. You're like, bleh, it's just gross.
No, I agree, man. And then of
So-
course, as I got closer to a teenager, my dad, who was rarely sick,
Mhm.
he's like, "Oh, you don't feel good?" He's like, "Take this." I was like, "All right." And I would like pop it back. It was liquid. It's green. And I was like, "Ugh." It was NyQuil. And it's like, oh my God. It's like, that's the
Your dad tortured you with NyQuil, huh?
Well, he didn't torture me. He was right about the fact that it made you feel bad.
Oh yeah, of course.
It was the worst thing in the history of
It's
the
worst thing
world.
to eat, yeah.
Even to this
Just
day,
drink everything.
I'll pop NyQuil and I'll go like, and I'll wait like 10 seconds and be like, ugh. And then I'll,
Right.
grab
Well,
a glass of water and like drink it, and it's like,
In pill form, it would be okay. I
no,
do
this is the
pills.
liquid.
Oh, you still do the liquid stuff? Okay, I do
Still
all
do the liquid.
I just swallow the horse pills, swallow them and say forget it. She's a glutton for punishment. Yeah, with the
Not unless you do NyQuil, you're not.
right there you go.
Wasn't there a cherry NyQuil at some
I
point?
think there was.
I think there was. It was the predecessor to Dayquil.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was.
Why are we doing that? Why are we talking about it?
I don't know. I'm 41 now. By the way, my birthday was a couple days ago, so I'm 41, and maybe I should try a cherry again just to see if my taste buds have changed. To see if it's like got that gross taste or if it's like, it's not that bad. You know what I mean?
Okay. So here's a way to tell. Do you like tomatoes?
Yes.
Now or before?
I've always liked tomatoes. Yeah.
Okay.
Before.
What's another one? Oh no. There are other ones.
There's other ones. Oh well, I guess you forgot.
I did forget. Darn it. Love says, I hate orange flavored medicine.
Yeah.
Dayquil was never orange flavored. Triaminic was orange flavored.
I could see how orange flavored medicine would be gross. Yeah. Broccoli.
I love broccoli.
Maybe
what
that's
is
what
wrong with you.
Maybe she's saying during the tomato thing, she's saying broccoli is another one of those foods, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't always like broccoli because I'd never really liked the smell of it as a kid. It smelled like farts.
I've always liked broccoli.
Smelled like farts to me.
Well, kind of true. I've always kind of liked broccoli, asparagus, and cauliflower.
Asparagus was always good. Yes, I like asparagus.
A little bit of
cauliflower.
butter.
I like cauliflower now more than I did as a kid. Yep.
All right, now we're just naming food.
Yeah, now we're just talking about food. Speaking of food, a couple of videos ago, I had a health guy on, so that was fun to interview him. So you could go watch that, everybody. That's a good one. If you want to get healthy at your age now, you can still do it. It's never too late to be healthy.
No, even in your 60s, 70s, it's never too late. Get healthy. Get outside. Go to the gym. Go for a run. Walk up a hill. Climb stairs. Yeah, seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for tonight, everybody. Unfrosted, the movie. Tell us what you think about the movie down in the description, or in the comment section below. Don't forget, in the description below, we have Ryan's Legion talk. I think I put on there. So
I know. You get to watch this all day long. No, I'm kidding.
you get to watch
yes.
Yeah,
that was a joke from last night. Again, yeah. So Monday night, House of the Dragon, closing in on the season 1 finale.
nice.
Tomorrow night is Wednesday night is overbooked with Mr. JV Joker voice and Bradley Burnett and Left Eye Ego. We're gonna be talking about the jabroni me. Just wrestling.
Wrestling.
All right, I'm done. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then of course Friday night's Royal Rumble.
Smell what the Pop-Tart is cooking.
They're
great.
They're great.
Anyways, yeah, cool. So yeah, go check out Ryan's stuff. He's a cool guy.
Love is just get chased by the cops. This wonder for you. Okay. I've been a cop, never been chased by the cops. But
you're absolutely right. I always get chased by cops. No, I'm joking. But yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you for being here, watching the show. Thank you, Ryan, for coming on.
Yeah, of course, buddy.
Last minute, because Love It had to cancel. But Love It, we're praying for your dad that everything goes well. I'm glad his surgery is done and he's in less pain. But still got to pray for him because you never know. Pain might come back or he might be sore for a while, So, yeah, still praying. Pray for speedy recovery. And, yeah. And, yeah. And that's it, everybody. Like I said, tell us what you thought about the movie. And also, if you like what we do here, subscribe to the channel. Vanquish the bell. That too, but vanquish the like button and ring the bell for more notifications. Don't forget to share and watch some of our videos. The more videos you watch, the more we make revenue. So if you have no money, just watch our videos. That's not what. Okay. If you're not a Patreon member or a YouTube member, watch our videos. Whatever. If you have no money, give us your money. That's all we want is your money. Just like the government.
Shout out to Love It and her dad in the
Yes.
chat. Thank you so much. You guys are the best.
Yes. Woo. All right, guys. Good night. We'll see you later, and we will talk to you soon. Or see you soon. Talk to you later. Whatever. All of the above. Bye. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I don't have a song for this one. I
mean, Karis
Everybody
Whisper is
do the
always great.
twist. Everybody do the twist.